Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
We're 10 minutes behind schedule. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we got all the time in
the
the world.
If you were here and you were waiting, we are sorry. If you weren't here, fuck you.
Yeah, you should have been here. Why weren't you
hell?
here?
Hi, Socks.
Hello, Socks.
All right. It's a better news week this week.
It's a better.
We got more stuff to talk about. I feel like my mic's sitting a little low, so I'm just gonna scooch.
And of course, my main little itch where it's touching the microphone. It does not need to touch the microphone. But yes, today we've got a good pair between us.
Yeah, so I randomly grabbed random shit off the shelf for Justin for tea. So
yeah.
Here you
go. It's a Kroger brand. It is Simply Truth Organic strawberry, hibiscus, and raspberry herbal flavored tea. I took a quick sip earlier and said, "Whoo, that's strong." The color of it, I don't know if I can get it down low. I can get it down low enough. It is a deep purple. I don't know if that's like it's reddish purple, like a mahogany. No. There's a color between there. Maroon.
What a maroon. Now, see, when you say it's this like purple color, I'm just looking at it going, my color deficient ass just sees dark.
Yeah. But it is very good. It is very flavorful. But very, very brought back. It's not as strong as, let's say, the mauve. That's a good color for it. And it's a little brought back. It's not like the tangerine dream that I'm accustomed to. It's a little bit subtle. Like you can taste the strawberry and raspberry, the hibiscus, not so much, but it's mostly water.
That's with 2 bags in there.
Yeah, that is with 2
bags.
That's
with you leaving them too, rather than taking them out. Which
yes.
Wow. And Sock says, "Nice cup, thanks." It's not mine, but yeah, it's Lauren's.
Yeah.
So it's got Jack Skellington's face on one side. It's got his chest and arm on the other, and it's supposed to be like the handle's his arm as well. So it's got his hand, and then around the inside, my cup's a little full, so I can't really show you it too well. Get a little close right there. I don't know if you can tell, but around the inside, it's like a bunch of like misshapen shapes of his head. Like, it's his head misshapen, all kinds. It's interesting.
Disney store? That
Probably.
Seems like it would be Disney store. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool. And as for Quincy,
yeah, so Lauren got a hold of a couple coffees. So this one is one of 2 that she got. Indy's Coffee, Thriller, Not Your Mother's Blend, Dark Roast, starring excess caffeine and dark rich flavors. Rated R for robust. It's a veteran-owned company. It's owned by, I think, U.S. veterans. It's organic and it's fair trade. It's actually a really good one. This one came out a little weird, and I think that's on me. I think I screwed up the cream. But I've already had this pre-episode because Lauren was just like, I've got to try this. And so I've had 2 pots of this so far. It's really good. It's not the darkest I've ever had, but it's a nice dark. It's one of those ones where it's like I want to taste the coffee with my cream and sugar.
Right. Okay. Could you do it black?
Probably
dark?
not.
Too dark?
A little too bitter for me.
Okay. But I mean, as I said, really good set of coffee and tea all around.
And if you guys want a good set of coffee and tea also. It's by you. I thought it was on my side.
Yeah, my side.
Over there.
Geek Great Coffee.
Yeah.
Use the code JUSTH20, JUSTH, and the number 20.
They've got all kinds of great coffees. They've now officially got teas. Go in there, check it out, and use the link in our bio. And support us, and you won't regret it.
You will not.
I mean, you might regret us, but you won't regret the coffee.
That is right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope you don't regret us.
I mean, the name of the episode is "We've Got Nothing."
We got nothing.
So
yeah, between a couple of us, we got nothing. But anyways.
I did find it interesting. So for the nerds out there who are caught up, I won't say any spoilers.
Thank you.
But we're at 102, and so I was like, I'm trying to think of something nerdy. They get nerdy, so I'm googling nerdy shit, and 102 actually matches up with an Avengers comic from I think the 60s, and it has to do with Vision. And the connection for it is actually kind of fun because there's a little Easter egg for what that issue is about. in the second opening. But I'll leave it at that because I don't want to give any spoilers because you haven't seen it. The episodes just dropped 2 days ago, so there's plenty of people who haven't seen it. Not everyone's like me and binged them at 3 a.m. I was 2 episodes, 30 minutes in. Binged them, but
now when Punisher dropped, I was there 1 a.m.
Well, the thing is, I
Rolling.
would have been there at midnight to binge them, but we had someone over, we had company,
right,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So I was like, I couldn't get into it until after that. And then they leave, and Lauren looks at me, she goes, "Do you want to watch WandaVision?" I was like, "Yeah." Yes, I do. Why is that a question?
You're already freaking clicking into it.
Yep. Watch it. I already did. No.
Watch it. I was doing it while you guys were watching the other things.
Now, while we're on nerdy things, let's hit last week's movies.
Bam.
So we did 2 comic book films that you hadn't seen, and I do have another set of comic book films we're eventually going to do that work together a little bit better than these just being random comic book movies. The other 2 being a little bit closer to having a similar theme that we'll do on one of these weeks.
Gotcha.
But the first one was Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Very good movie.
I was very pleasantly surprised. I went into this going, I don't trust Sony. I trust Marvel, but Sony's got their fingers in this. I liked Homecoming, but I went in with the same feeling on Homecoming.
You liked Enter the Spider-Verse.
I liked Enter the Spider-Verse, but that one I think blew everyone away, period.
Yeah.
With everything it did. The artwork,
visuals,
everything.
The music, everything. But yeah, without spoiling anything, because it's still relatively early to talk about.
I mean,
it.
technically, this was the last MCU film we've got.
Yes, so I'm going to avoid spoilers. I'm just going to say that post-credits scene that was out and about made me jump.
Yeah,
so
that was great.
It was great.
It was spoiled for me, but it was great.
And it opened up a lot of very good, interesting things. And then it after I got home, I was like, I kind of want to watch more Marvel stuff. When I got home, I caught a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 again, just to kind of go through it, whatever. I had it halfway on. I was doing Genshin Impact at the time, halfway, and then yesterday I super hard binged. I did Doctor Strange and one that I skipped that I was told was okay to skip, which was Captain America: Winter Soldier.
They lied to you, whoever told you that.
Did I need it? No, I mean, for Bucky, sure.
It's very important for Civil War.
For Falcon, Bucky, the reasoning behind Bucky, yes, of course.
can even argue that it's important for Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Because it's the reason the hammer wiggles rather than being picked up.
Oh.
And why the hammer can later on be picked up.
Because it's his own conscience waning.
Conscience waning on knowing about the Starks.
And then when he finally gives it up. Because something that he said to Widow during that movie is, I always tell the truth. Yeah.
It was an important film. They're all important.
All good.
The only thing I can say isn't important is still important. And that would probably be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's because rather than that affecting the MCU, it is affected by the MCU. It's good for seeing what the rest of the world's experiencing while the Avengers are fucking throwing down with things. While Thor's shit's coming into fucking
Ragnarok and all that.
Well, no, like it's directly affected by Thor 2. The first season Thor 2 happened.
Yeah.
And so it's an important series just if you want to know what the rest of the world's going through.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
But,
and I mean, shit, and halfway through the movie I was like, Falcon was just a VA. He had just finished his 2 tours, finally got home, and he's just, I'm here just helping other people out. I don't have any ties to...
On your left.
Yeah, on your left. When I saw him, I was like, okay, so this is where he came in. And then their first meeting of Bucky out in the streetway and having that intervene with everyone just staring Bucky down as he pulls up this freaking 6-chamber thing. And I was like, okay, good. This sets it up. And then Cap going, Bucky? And he's like, who is that?
Yeah.
And I was just like, that makes much more sense.
So you want to know the dark history about Bucky?
That he was the one who killed the Starks?
No. I'm talking comic book wise.
Oh.
So Bucky is he's more of a kid. He's kind of Robin in the comics. He's not.
He's supposed to be 16 when he got drafted, right?
Something like that, yeah.
But
and it's like, why is this kid running around with Captain America? It later on came out The reason why Winter Soldier is so fucking good at killing people is because Bucky was an assassin.
Yeah, makes sense.
So what it is the government fucking put Bucky with Cap because Cap at the time didn't kill. And so Cap's going around knocking everyone out, and Bucky's basically going through afterwards going... That's the fucking original concept of Bucky. And, you know, the big difference between him and Robin is he wears pants. But back to this movie.
But back over to the movies we watched. As I said, Marvel's kind of been in my thing, and I'm glad that we started off with this. This was big. Far From Home.
Yeah.
We went into it with hopes held high and expectations a little bit higher between us.
Yeah, well, my expectations were low in the sense that I didn't expect much from them, but my hopes were high that I wanted it to be good. I finished this and wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, same.
I was like, all right, I've enjoyed it. Now to dissect it.
I kind of wanted to ask you for the information.
Oh, for the login?
Yeah.
I don't remember where we watched. Oh, it's on Stars right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was just like, dude, can I? And I was like, I don't even know if Quincy had. I didn't know if you had the physical or not.
No, I don't own it physically. So I own all of Phase 1 and Phase 2. I don't own anything of Phase 3, and I think this is technically Phase 4. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't own any physicals of Phase 3, and I don't own anything physical of Phase 4 if this is Phase 4. If this isn't Phase 4, then the only Phase 4 out there would be WandaVision and soon to be Black Widow.
Okay,
so there's nothing to own in Phase 4 if this isn't Phase 4.
Then I was super mistaken.
There's actually, I almost bought it and I didn't. There's a special box for Homecoming, and it's the mask. The Spider-Man mask from the movie.
Oh, okay.
And like what it is, it's a bigger box because it's got the mask in the front of the thing. I almost bought that, but yeah, I don't own any of Phase 3.
Over to the ratings: 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 91 on Rotten Tomatoes, 69 on Metacritic,
bitches,
and 91 on Google users.
It's really rare to see Google users match up with Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, let's see what this is usually the critics, and the audience
likes it even more.
Blows it up even more. I can throw it with the audience. I am at a stern 95%. This is probably one of my top 3 favorite Marvel movies.
I think out of all the Spider-Man films, I think so far, like going all the way back to Tobey Maguire, I think so far I've liked this one the best.
Enter the Spider-Verse kind of goes a little bit above and beyond.
Okay, Enter the Spider-Verse, yeah, but that's unfair. That's animated, because if we're gonna talk animated, Enter the Spider-Verse is like right up there, but then you got the 90s Spider-Man cartoon that just kind of nudges past it just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but they did have one major issue that I have with it, and you know that issue. They made Frank smile.
Oh, that's true. This is also a world where Frank doesn't shoot bullets.
Yeah, he shoots weird pellets and makes people knock out gas.
Well, it's because Fox was worried about kids with guns and whatnot, so it was all the weapons have to shoot like lasers.
I get it. I understand. But having him go, I'm the Punisher. I punish people with a smile on his face. I'm like, no.
Their micro was pretty good, though.
Their micro was really good. But on a more serious note, as far as live actions go, fine. This one kind of tops it.
Yeah, I think this tops all of them. And even with the whole rumors that the next one's going to bring the other 2 Spideys in and whatnot, because they're going to do dimension shit, I hope that happens. That sounds really cool. But at the end of the day, I don't need that. Like, do I want it? Sure. But will that make it better than this? I don't know. I don't know if it will.
I mean,
I really liked this. This is in the 90s for me.
Yeah, I'm throwing it 95.
And there were some changes from the comics. In the comics, Mysterio is a stunt guy that, you know, he creates the thing. I think he catches like a backstage on fire and like kills a bunch of people and whatnot. And so he's wanted and whatnot. So he's like, well, fuck it. And uses the suit that he created. And he's got these cubes that he throws down that project holograms that seem really real and whatnot. That's how he commits his crimes and whatnot.
I would say mum's the word on the rest.
Okay. Yeah. But the changes here are acceptable.
Yes.
They updated them to kind of work with the MCU in more modern times.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know the fishbowl as you do, but what you did kind of correlate with it is the changes that they made kind of made sense, just so that way the MCU can keep going with these different accolades.
It works well. It works well in this universe, in this world.
Yeah.
So
very good.
Yeah, both sitting in the 90s with it. I don't know why Metacritic's being so. I mean, I guess because they're Metacritics.
I'm curious. I am very curious. And users gave it a 7.5. Why is it so low on just this?
'cause they're a bunch of bitches. Well, look what they put the other ones at. Thor's Ragnarok's at a 74.
That's incorrect. That is my
Into the
favorite.
Spider-Verse only got an 87.
Thor Ragnarok is my favorite on favorite, just because it is so energetic of a movie.
Plus, their streaming things aren't even right. Watch now, sign up for Disney Plus. None of the Spider-Man movies are on Disney Plus because of Sony's ownership. Furthermore, stream on Hulu, not there either. Buy on Amazon. Okay, well, that's fine.
There we go.
That lowered everything to that.
That
didn't fuck us up, right?
Nah, it didn't.
Okay, cool.
I'll just do that. With just put it up at like 2%. There we go.
So, I don't even actually really trust the site now. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. Ragnarok has such huge chaotic Australia. Yeah, because Waititi, and also he's even one of the characters, and
considering we have is Kiwi offensive, or do they actually go by that?
We'll wait for Socks to come back on that.
Yeah, let me know if Kiwi's offensive, because if it is, I mean no offense. It's just the term that I've heard other New Zealanders use.
Yeah.
I love Peter Jackson's description of New Zealand. It's basically just a giant village.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kiwi is fine. They're cute little birds. Okay, so yeah, I knew about the bird. But okay, so since we have a Kiwi here and we're talking about it, Watiti's other thing. I have not seen the film, but I have binged the entire show, and that's What We Do in the Dark.
Yes.
And that is fucking hilarious.
Don't read this yet.
Beyond belief.
Don't read this yet.
Okay.
I want you to go into this, and I just want you to read the very first sentence. Okay. Ready, set, go.
It wasn't, though.
This was a dumb Spider-Man parody movie. Another good example why I don't like Marvel and even some DC. Okay, the fact that you say you don't like Marvel at all and some DC movies, that makes me wonder about your taste, buddy.
I bet you this guy likes fucking Justice League and Batman vs. Superman.
And Suicide Squad. Yeah, like, I want adult Spider-Man played by Tobey Maguire. He is a kid. He's supposed to be a kid.
Furthermore, adult Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire was playing a fucking high school student, first of all. Second of all, why was he? Because he did not look like a high school student.
No. The same people that like this probably are the same that like Shazam. Okay,
I didn't see Shazam.
I did. I like Shazam. Shazam! Now, I like Shazam. I have no problem with saying that, and at the same time, I'm like, this person has no taste then.
So I've seen one scene of Shazam, and everyone's told me about how fun and whatnot this movie is and whatnot.
I wouldn't throw it in the same playing field as Thor Ragnarok, but it has the same fun energy.
The one scene I've seen is when he unleashes all those fucking monsters on the boardroom full of people. The bad guy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, that got dark.
One of my favorite scenes is he goes into the Quick Stop and buys alcohol, as Shazam. And I'm just like, yeah, a kid would want to do that as an adult, and be like, yes, I am an adult.
Whatever. Screw this guy.
Yeah, screw that guy. But he is the reason why this got
he's not the only reason, but he's one of the reasons.
But he's a contributor.
Yeah. I mean, the vast majority like it, even with the over on the critic side.
Yes. I'm kind of curious, though. Let me see here. It's a bootleg Spider-Man 2. The actor Tom Holland is just not as good as the OG Tobey. Hello?
Tobey cannot cry.
Tobey can't cry,
but
at the same time, you have a kid who's having actual moral dilemmas, and we can sit here for hours and just pick these people apart, but that's not even worth it.
Zero similarities to Spider-Man 2 that I can think of at all. Trust me, I have watched Spider-Man 2 thousands of times.
Raimi's a good director.
I own every Spider-Man film other than the MCU ones, and that's not because I didn't want the MCU ones. It's because I thought we were still getting a collector's edition Phase 3, and we didn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The scream cry.
I disagree. Go back and watch 3 when he's about to propose to MJ and she breaks up with him on the bridge because of fucking Hobgoblin bitch.
He makes that squishal face.
He's making that squishy face, but he's also kind of smiling while crying, and it is the worst shit I have ever fucking seen. I like Tobey, but he's a little weird because he married one of his fans. I think they're divorced now, but who does that? Like, when the fan's that fanatic about you, you actually marry her? That's not safe. He's a little bit of a weird dude, but I don't mind him as an actor. I wasn't a huge Seabiscuit fan, but
Seabiscuit.
I didn't hate him as Spider-Man. I enjoyed the movies. The movies were okay, but he can't cry.
Yeah.
Honestly, he has one of my favorite scenes in any Spider-Man film, and that's when he's trying to stop the train into. And just that whole I love that scene. And he does great in that scene, but he can't cry.
Mm.
I mean, I can't act, and I'm not going to go out there and try. So, people can tell me I'm wrong, and that's fine. But personally, I don't think he can cry.
Yeah, as for me, I cry way too easy. I teared up when I was talking to you about the scene at the beginning of
Into the Spider-Verse.
Enter the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
when I'm gonna miss him. I'm tearing up now.
That almost got me to cry watching it in theaters. That almost got me to cry rewatching it on Netflix.
Yeah.
The other thing for me is I saw Rogue One the night it came out, which was the same, or not the night it came out, but the same day that Carrie Fisher died.
Yeah.
And you get the young Leia at the end of that, and the whole Hope scene, and I'm getting goosebumps right now. That almost made me cry. Yeah. So there's been a couple times where I've almost cried.
And going back over real quick back over to Winter Soldier, when Cap steals the suit and you got a nice spry Stanley walking around and looks over at the empty display. Oh, I'm so fired. And I'm just like, I would never fire you. But then again, now thinking about it, isn't it canonical that he's had so many jobs in the MCU universe, such as...
So, go ahead.
He's done librarian, he's done janitor, he's done security guard, multiple security guards. Because in one of them, he is with Lou Ferrigno talking to him.
Yeah, he's actually a security guard in both the Hulk movies, the first Hulk movie, and then when Hulk first happened in the MCU. So he's actually security guard in both those.
Okay, and then every now and again, you see him, doing something fun, or otherwise he was a UPS or a mail delivery.
He's been a couple mail people. Yeah. He's the guy in Avengers where they're talking about superheroes. He's playing chess in the park and turns back. He's like, superheroes in New York? Come on. He's that guy. Yeah. But what you're getting at is what we see in Guardians 2, where he's talking to the Watchers, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone thinks he's the Watcher. So that was a fan theory originally. Something a fan came up with, like, well, he's in all of them. He's even in the X-Men movies over at Fox. He's in the Fantastic Four movies over at Fox. He's in the Deadpool movies. He's in the MCU. He's all over the place. Hell, he was supposed to be in Blade. Wow. Yeah, he was originally supposed to be in Blade, and I think he said no, but I could be wrong on it. And so fans have been like, what if he's the Watcher? Because the Watcher watches all the universes, not just one. And he's not allowed to interfere. So maybe he's down there as human, just kind of doing the day job so that he can keep an eye on things. It's actually one of my favorite moments of, I think, Infinity Gauntlet. I think it's Infinity Gauntlet. Where they're talking about how big of a deal this is going to be. It could be Secret Invasion. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Infinity Gauntlet. And Spider-Man's like, don't worry, guys. If this is really that big of a deal, there's this big guy called the Watcher. He goes by, I don't remember the Watcher's name. And he shows up to watch all these galactic changing events, and he turns and he's there. He's like, oh. So the theory is that he's the Watcher. And Guardians 2 kind of hints at that because he's sitting there talking to them in a spacesuit and whatnot. They couldn't say, yes, he is, because the Watcher's technically owned by Fox, because the Watcher's first appearance is in the Fantastic Four comic, which is how that legal shit works.
Yeah.
So they put the Watchers in. They didn't address a name or anything like that. They don't talk.
They just
legal loopholes. That's how they got Quicksilver and Wanda. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. They call them Wanda, and I can never remember his name, but they call them that, and they're made by the staff rather than being mutants, because if they changed all that stuff about them, they could use them because Fox owned all the mutants, not mutates, and so they jump through loopholes. They don't call them by the superhero names and whatnot. So that's how we end up with two Quicksilvers roughly at the same time, one in Marvel and one over in the X-Men movies. Now that Disney owns Fox, they 100% could come out and confirm it, and they just haven't confirmed it.
Like,
but it's
like it could be like the best way to like retcon, but without retconning, is saying it opened up the mutant gene. It opened up their...
That's what I was thinking, too. I actually had that exact thought. I was like, they could just be like, it fucking progressed the mutant gene into that, so they could recon it without having to go back. But I was talking about the Witcher thing. Like, Marvel can now come out... Or not Witcher. No, Watcher thing. Marvel can now come out and say, he's the Watcher. And from now on, we can just do the Watcher rather than having stands so that we're not sad and whatnot. And we have a little connection and whatnot. Maybe give him a mustache. Now, but yeah, before they couldn't confirm it. Now they could. They just haven't.
Yeah. So... All right, but whoever dislikes this movie, go get your brain evaluated.
Yeah, Far From Home's good. Fuck yourself.
Yes.
Great cutscenes, great effects, great everything. Movie number two.
I recall this back in my childhood, but I don't remember any of it because the villain of this movie kind of just hit me very blindsided, and I had no recollection of it. It was Dick Tracy, of course, and
Pacino.
Pacino, but I'm trying to remember his name. Big Boy?
I think so, yeah.
And it kind of staggered me a little bit.
I love it. We get like a couple minutes into this movie and you see Pacino for the first time and he goes, "Is that Pacino?"
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, and I was all over the place with this movie. It's fun, it's campy, it's corny, but I think it's of the comic strips. It's supposed to be, because he gets caught up in someone trying to bribe him off, but of course Dick don't get bribed.
Yeah.
And so they say, fine, tie him up. And Dick's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Looks like I'm getting tied up now. And then they set a water heater to boil so that way, they don't get caught to the crime.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, bye. And then Kid comes and saves him. And it's very comic book.
Yeah, the only like freedom they really took with this was Madonna's character. But she fits well in the world, and I'm not mad about it at all.
Yeah. And the twist at the end on who another particular character No Face, on who they were, it folded the story up very well. I wouldn't mind reading some of these.
This won 3 Oscars.
Wow.
It's all for like makeup, but still.
Yeah.
It came out the year after Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman. It's got Elfman doing the music because of Batman. Elfman says that Warren Beatty is insane. But Warren Beatty directed it. He originally didn't want to direct it. He actually wanted, there's a couple directors he went through that he wanted, but I do believe one of them, was it Scorsese? No, it was, Nick Cage's granddad. Coppola. He wanted Coppola.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have his wine.
Yeah, he wanted Coppola for it, and that didn't work out. Whatnot. So he had directed himself. He was a good director. People say, I've heard a lot of like, he's an amazing director. I've also heard a lot of he takes on too much at once, and I've heard like he's just kind of an odd dude. But I mean, I think it is the closest adaptation we will ever get of a comic book. And I think he wanted to do a sequel, but he had a feeling the studio wasn't going to let him, so he put as many characters in this one as he could. And sure enough, despite the movie winning 3 Oscars and being a financial success, the studio did not let him do a sequel.
Which is kind of dumb, but it's fine. But I just kind of went on a strange little turnabout. I found Dick Tracy's watch.
That's cool.
It's a Bluetooth thing that you can talk to.
I mean, you can walk it. You can talk on these ones.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a nice little Timex with.
Hey, maybe I could change the face on mine to be Dick Tracy now. I mean, I got Spider-Man on there.
I would keep Spidey.
Yeah,
keep Spidey.
I was gonna originally I was gonna do the time machine, the DeLorean screen, and I realized I'm like, that's gonna confuse me every time I look down and see 3 times.
Yeah,
because there's gonna be the one that's changing, that's the current, and then there's gonna be the other 2 that are just like always stationary. That would fuck me up.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. But over to the ratings. Let's head back over to the ratings real quick. One more button. There we go. 63 on Rotten Tomatoes, 61 out of 10 on IMDb, 68 on Metacritic, and 82 with Google users. I'm going to throw this with the 82.
I'm putting it in the 90s. I love this movie.
You know what?
It treats the source material great.
The set pieces, the music, the characters. You know what? I'm actually going to bubble it. I'm going to bubble it up. I'm bubbling it right up to 90.
The only thing I would change about this movie...
Go for it.
...would be using a time machine to go back a couple of years and make it earlier so that Technicolor was still a thing. I want all the effects they had, but in Technicolor. Pull up photos of the original Suspiria. Be careful because it is a horror movie.
The Spirit? Okay.
Suspiria, yeah. So switch screens just so that we don't accidentally show anything.
Suspiria?
Yeah, it's a Italian horror movie. 90. No, you want the 77, not the 2018.
Dude. 77 you said?
Yeah. Yeah, just grab some of these images here.
Okay. This?
That works.
All right. I'm just making sure.
You know the house. Grab the house instead.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta be careful.
No, just blow the image up so that we don't open the image in a new tab. So
okay.
There we go.
There we go. And then switch back.
Look at these colors. This is in Technicolor. This is one of the last films that got to do Technicolor because Argento. I think it was Argento.
anything that can be vibrant, like anything that can pop will pop. But if it's going to in a movie theater, this is my little theory for if it showcases the entire screen in that color and it bleeds out into your surroundings, that means that it could engulf you. It can take you over. If it's a pure white screen, like like a flashbang going off or something, it engulfs that person. It makes you think that you are seeing through their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you into their person. So having just a pure set of nothing but red, but you can see the hints and colors at something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that potted plant in the corner, it doesn't have any significance to it, but it brings out the entire scene.
Yeah, look at how green the leaves are on it still at the same time.
Yes.
Even the little bits of blue throughout the scene are fucking popping.
Yes.
There's a great death scene in this that involves a plate glass window, and it's just fucking gorgeous. My only complaint is because it's Argento, the whole damn movie is done with Goblin music. We've talked about Goblin
yes,
because
we have.
because I mean that's his band, but yeah, that would be the only thing I'd do is just go back in time so that we had Technicolor. 77 versus 90.
You can recreate that stuff, I'm sure.
But studios aren't going to pay for it. That's the problem. And studios in the 90s were not going to pay for Technicolor that had been out of circulation for the last 13 years.
You're right.
So, all right, move on to some news. We've liked the movies. Oh, wait, sorry. Before news, we've got this week's movies.
Oh, yes. Red Eye and Nonstop.
Yep.
They were the bargain bin movies that I had talked about not too long ago that had a theme of plain. So, plain bargain bin movies.
And you've never seen either one of them.
I have not seen either one of them. You said you saw one of them, but not the other.
I've seen parts of Nonstop. I haven't finished it. I've seen all of Red Eye.
Okay. So, I'm excited. I figured great actors.
I figured out what your tea smells like.
What was that?
Sour Punch straws. It just hit me while I was sitting here. It's Sour Punch straws.
Yeah.
The red ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead on.
Doesn't taste like them, though.
No. Okay. So,
right.
Yeah, planes tonight. First movie, or whatever the order they end up being in. Nonstop's got Liam Neeson, and Red Eye has... What is his name?
I keep forgetting his name, but he's one of my favorite actors.
He plays Jonathan Crane in Batman.
Yeah.
Batman
and he's
Begins.
in Peaky Blinders.
He's in Peaky Blinders. I don't remember his name.
But, whoop. Boop, boop.
No, you need the other one. Red Eye.
The other one, Red Eye. Right.
Hey, ignore the ratings. We'll talk about these next time.
Yes.
There you go. Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
And Rachel McAdams.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We had talked about McAdams not too long ago.
Which, since you just watched Doctor Strange, she's in it.
Yes.
She plays the other night nurse.
The nurse, yes.
There's three night nurses, I do believe, in Marvel Comics, and we've gotten 2 of them now.
Have we got?
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
And Rachel McAdams.
Right. But I want to say we might have a third one.
I don't think we've had a third one yet. Unless it showed up in one of the last seasons of the Defender shows that I didn't watch.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, all right. News.
Let's close out of that. Let's go to that. Ah! Let's just rip the sheet off.
Okay.
Let's just rip the sheet off.
So Lucasfilms has been a thing. They used to have a game section. Then Disney bought them and shut everything down. And we lost 13-13 because of that.
We lost a lot of really good stuff. We lost the potential for the continuation of Monkey Island.
That doesn't hit me as hard.
It hits me.
I respect that it hits you.
We also lost maybe a potential for The Dig.
I don't know what that is.
The Dig is another LucasArts point-and-click adventure.
Gotcha.
We also lost, Sam and Max Hit the Road. Well, originals.
What was the...
Telltale brought them back, but not as good, in my opinion.
What was the... Prince did a version of Myst, basically. It was
Prince?
A point-and-click... Yeah, the singer. Did a version of, Myst, the point-and-click game.
Okay.
It wasn't Myst, but it was, inspired by Myst. And it has, his music and shit. I don't know what it is. We'll look it up later.
Well, there's a parody called Pissed. P-Y-S-T.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, no, and it's campy, corny shit jokes.
Yeah, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
Okay, back to Lucasfilms.
Yes.
So, 1313 is a big one for me. A fucking bounty hunting, badass looking game that was in development for a really long time, and then Disney bought Lucas and shut down the game section because Disney doesn't want to make games. They want games to exist of their IPs. They just don't want to do it.
When you walk away.
IPs. Intellectual properties. Yeah,
yes.
IPs.
Yeah. When you walk away.
So they signed a deal with EA a couple of years ago.
Yes.
They've
been squandering it.
Yes. It was like a 10-year deal, and in 10 years we got 3 games and several failed mobile games and 1 successful mobile game that's officially dying.
And a bunch of DLC for other games that
Minecraft and
Sims.
Nobody
Nobody cares about. Well, I mean, I don't want to say nobody cares, but it's not what we as a consumer want.
I want the tie-in DLC stuff, yes.
Okay.
But I want games also.
Yes.
If you're not giving me games, the tie-in DLC stuff's not enough.
Okay.
So, Lucasfilms is officially bringing back the game section in a sense. So it's Lucasfilms games. They went through and they grabbed Twitter and stuff like that.
And they kicked in the door.
Yes. So what they did is they announced that basically, and this is something Disney's already kind of said. Don't go there yet. This is something Disney's already kind of said where it's always been like, hey, if you have a concept for a game and you're a game company, we're open to talking and whatnot. They confirmed we're getting a Star Wars game with Ubisoft.
Yes.
Devolver Digital came out and said they want to do a Star Wars game. I don't know if they were serious or they were joking.
In the exact tweet, we want to do a Star War. No wars, war. We want to do a Star War. Now, with Devolver though, I have the utmost respect for, because of what they did back with AGDQ less than a week ago, and just with the games that they've been publishing or even halfway developing. They take care of what they want.
I always say more Star Wars is a good thing.
Oh, yes.
So if they want to do it and Disney wants them to do it, then I say go for it. I'm excited about the Ubisoft one. I am nervous though. And I told you my concern was that this is the same company that did that launched Unity as broken as it was.
We had our debate off mic
that
sure, Unity may have been broken, but then you also have, if it's under Montreal did all the Assassin's Creed.
That's the thing.
That
if
so it's we need to hold a little bit of hope.
Legion launched broken.
What has Star Wars taught us? A little bit of hope goes a long way.
Yeah. So I like Ubisoft or whatever you want to call them. I like them as a company. Just sometimes they scare me.
Yes.
As a consumer.
They do me too, but then again, EA scares us, but we'll still be.
I mean, no more loot boxes.
No more loot boxes, but then again, they're no longer breaking consoles like with Anthem. Anthem is apparently doing really well as far as player base, even though of the big scare. Mm-hmm. So it's just you got to work through a little bit of.
I understand game. I mean, look at what we're getting with CD Projekt Red right now, a company that gave us an amazing Witcher game, but gave us the mess that is Cyberpunk.
It's still selling somewhat adequately.
It seems like every company nowadays is starting to have some issues.
It has the issues, things can always be better.
Yeah,
things can fix.
So while anything that Ubisoft announced, I'm not immediately going to shake my head at. I will actually probably be very excited about it. I'm just nervous. But the one that blindsided us, because I was just scrolling through fucking Twitter.
I follow Bethesda, so this came right up to the top.
Bethesda's doing a fucking Indiana Jones game.
Indiana Jones. When I saw this, I was like, I didn't see who published it, but I believe I was sitting on the toilet. No cap. I was sitting on the toilet, kind of flipping through it, and I had gotten to about this point here where the typewriter comes into view, and I was like, who the fuck uses a typewriter? Like I wasn't processing. I was still waking up. I was
like
still
the Lucasfilms on the camera. You see?
Yeah, the Lucasfilms, and I caught that too. And then I saw the whip or the hat, and then the hat moves in the whip, and I was like, no,
I get goosebumps.
No.
So Lucasfilm. Go ahead.
I didn't fully connect everything at the start, but then it came together when I saw Bethesda, and then what was going on around that area, and I was like, we're getting a fucking Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, and they're right there, Machine Games.
Yep.
So they announced that Bethesda Software it would be making an Indiana Jones game developed by the award-winning studio Machine Games, and it would be executive produced by Todd Howard. I know you're screaming on the inside.
No, I'm okay with Todd Howard. I just call him Todd Coward just because he keeps releasing the same game. He needs to keep working toward new ventures.
And he did, and everyone lost their shit. It's called Fallout 76.
I know. That's why I said I don't mind him. I just need him to be more inclusive to his player base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind him. He's very close-minded when it comes to talking to people.
Keep this up. I want to come back to this. So keep this up. Then we finish talking about Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So the Indiana Jones will be a standalone adventure starring the legendary archaeologist in the height of his career and famed adventures. Very few details were released. However, Todd is a lifelong indie fan and has been trying for over a decade to do a game. This is like a pet project that he's been trying to do. He's beyond excited to work with the award-winning Machine Games team. A perfect fit for indie. This is what Pete Hines had to say. That was all what Pete Hines had to say.
Thanks, Pete Hines.
So this is a standalone new adventure. So it's not going to be a game about any of the previous things. It's not going to be a game about
Crystal Skull,
or Temple of Doom or anything like that.
Okay.
Ark of the Covenant. Last Crusade.
Yeah, none of that.
So what I'm hoping they do is set it after Last Crusade so that they can make references to those three things. Maybe you can get a little Sean Connery in there, you know?
Maybe.
But before Crystal Skull, one, because Crystal Skull sucks. And two, because Indy's aged a lot and I'd like to play, younger Indy. Not that there's any, I'm not fucking ageist, but
Are we going to basically rub our mustaches and beard and think that this is going to be another Uncharted style?
Well, Machine Games has done, their thing is Wolfenstein.
That's right.
So I think it's gonna be that style.
You think it's gonna be first person?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be first person or at least over the shoulder.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be gunning, sneaking, whip swinging,
killing Nazis,
because that's what we fucking do here.
Yeah, you're right. Wolfenstein, killing Nazis. It all makes sense.
Yeah,
it all makes sense.
The pieces have come together. That's why Pete Hines is all for this. He's like, fuck Nazis.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm excited. I'm excited for everything that Lucasfilm Games is I'm assuming co-publishing because they're putting their name on it.
Yeah. So basically, from what I've gathered, is you come to us with a concept of a game and a story, and we'll say yes or no. But the big thing is, what we make is going to be canon.
Yeah.
So,
Lucasfilms
Lucasfilms Games and Disney will be involved to an extent on these things.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the ones making the games, but they're going to be coming in and telling you what you can and can't do because of canon. It's kind of like there was a writer that wrote Batman and Zatanna dating for a bit. And DC was like, oh, that's fucking great. Here. And hands him this fucking giant folder. And he's like, what the fuck is this thing? And they go, it's how magic works in DC. And he's like, okay. And they're like, well, you got to make sure it works right. Otherwise, continuity issues and whatnot. I was like, fine. And they went, furthermore, here's how Batman works. Because Batman doesn't believe in magic. So he could just have Zatanna fucking kill the Joker and be like, she didn't kill the Joker. I don't know what you're talking about. Magic's not real.
Yeah, it doesn't
and he basically went, all right, they're breaking up.
Yeah.
So that, look at Fallen Order.
Yes.
Fallen Order definitely plays into everything that's been going on. Hell, they fucking reference Yoda in that. They reference all kinds of shit in that. The planet, you go to the planet that was where the Jedis would get their kyber crystals. I don't remember the name of it right now. It's the Starkiller base. I didn't fucking realize the planet that the fucking First Order takes over to make the Starkiller base is the fucking planet the Jedis used to get their kyber crystals from.
Yes.
Because they're sick fucks, the fucking First Order.
Oh, yeah.
So it all fucking
66.
plays into it. And so that's where, Disney and Lucas Games will come in, where they'll come in and be like, make your game. Do great with your game. Make your story. But we need to work with you, though, to make sure it works
with our story.
Which
is interesting.
You can't kill Chewbacca.
I mean, you can kill Chewbacca's father.
Actually, you can't, because the new Lego holiday special, Chewbacca's family shows up.
It falls after that. It falls before Chewbacca gets captured into Solo. But after, I don't know.
This is why I also don't get the people that
fucking
the Star Wars loyalists that are like, fuck you, Disney, for getting rid of the Legends. The Legends was the greatest thing that ever happened. The reality is several of those books suck ass, are boring as shit, and they fucking killed Chewie.
Oh, didn't they really?
Smash him with a moon. I mean, it's a hell of a way to go out. A badass fucking way to die.
Was it just Chewie?
I mean, I think other people died, but Chewie was like the big
main
one in it. Yeah, I know Luke gets married and we haven't seen the wife, but that doesn't mean the wife doesn't happen. Fucking whatever.
Anyway.
I'm excited for this. But go back up for me to where that Ubisoft one was. Right there. So it's a UB Massive. What has UB Massive done?
Yeah. It's Massive Entertainment, but
Oh, they did The Division. Well, that was a good game. The Division games are good games. So yeah, they're the ones that are going to be doing the Star Wars.
And the Avatar game, I think.
Avatar game.
I don't know. That's what I saw over here. I don't know what this is.
Oh, holy shit, yeah. That's the Avatar. Disney owns that now.
Yeah, they've owned it.
Well, they had a deal to do the park, but they didn't own it until they bought Fox.
Gotcha.
So maybe that's going to be another thing that they're doing. I didn't know there was, unless there already was one. I didn't know there was an Avatar game.
Interesting. But even still,
The Division games are good.
Division's pretty.
They work well. They play well.
Yeah. So I've got no. As said, I'm going to keep my hope at a stern medium. I'm going to be excited for both this and something else.
Now you got me wondering.
What?
Avatar game.
Yeah, right here.
No, I see it.
Avatar Project, so it's not out yet.
Okay, there you go. That's probably another Disney thing. I will not play it because I will not watch the Avatar sequels.
That's fine, but it's good that they're making it.
But yeah,
some people like it.
Work on Star Wars first.
Yeah, work on Star Wars. Finish.
Yeah, Avatar can come later.
Yeah, Avatar can come when you guys are making billions.
Yeah, I think my count on how many Star Wars games EA did was off. I think it's actually 4 games. During that deal. Yeah, because it's 2 Battlefronts, Fallen Order, and Squadrons.
Yeah.
So it's 4 games and then the mobile games.
Was Battlefront before or after? The first one.
So you have Battlefront and you have Battlefront 2, and then you have Battlefront and you have Battlefront 2. The first Battlefront was part of the 10-year deal.
Oh, was it? Okay.
But things like Force Unleashed, that was before the 10-year deal, even though that's still EA. I think that's EA. May not be. I don't remember. But that's before the deal, because that was actually back in the days of Lucas being its own company. No, it's THQ.
Oh.
Okay, so I was wrong. But yeah, no, Battlefront was the first one they did. And to be honest, the first Battlefront was not that great.
Yeah. And I would really have loved to have had, like, Force Unleashed to be like a... I don't want to call it canon, like not an extended universe, because it could fit. It still has potential to fit. They just don't want it to fit.
It's not that they don't want it to fit. It's that the reality is the Legends universe is kind of a fucking mess. And it was a lot to be like, we're going to make new stuff in this, but have to acknowledge and respect all that other stuff. And some of that stuff just isn't that great. Do a headcanon. Sure, Darth Vader was off fucking around with this kid for a bit before, realizing this ain't gonna fucking work. It's gonna have to be your granddaughter that fucking KOs your ass.
Right.
Your granddaughter and my grandson will fucking KO your ass.
Right.
Fine. But I also don't like the whole Darth Vader is trying to overthrow Palpatine. He's still a good thing. No, he's not good again until fucking Luke gets to his heartstrings.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
In your opinion. You have more about this than I do, just because I don't really like Destiny.
Okay, I enjoy Destiny. It's really only fun if you got a fire team, and that might be your issue. You don't have a fire team. No. I have a fire team. I enjoy it. I've actually got one too many people on for a fire team, which kind of fucks it all up because fire teams are 3, and I've got 4. So
someone always has to sit out.
Yeah, he had a baby, so he's not playing anyways.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Starting with season 13. That's how fucking far into Destiny 2 we are now. We're never getting Destiny 3. It'll always be Destiny 2 updates.
That's fine.
Which will be launching roughly around February 9th, as long as they don't push things back again. They have, I think, a countdown clock. They're bringing back 8 weapons and 2 armors from Forsaken and Shadowkeep. Players who already own these weapons and armor or pieces will need to re-earn them, though, for the uncapped forms. The Walking Vigil, Sleepless, Vouchsafe, and Retold Tale from the Dreaming City, Heretic, Blasphemer, and Apostate from the Moon.
Apostate.
Okay. Premonition will also be on the Moon, but exclusive to the Pit of Heresy dungeon. the Reaver Dawn armor set from the Dreaming City, and the Dreambane armor from the Dreaming City. So for the most part, it sounds like you only really have to go to 3 places. Sadly, one of them you have to do a different version of that place, but still, go get yourself some new armor, some new weapons. That's all that was. I just figured people would want to know. Personally, if you're like me and you collect certain weapons and certain armors, my goal was always get all the legendaries and stuff like that.
I had my 2 guns, my Ace of Spades, and my last rites? No. Last Word. And those were my 2 guns.
Have you seen Sweet Business?
Mm-mm.
Pull up Sweet Business. That's what I use. Sweet Business is great. And it makes me think of Luke Cage. Sweet Christmas.
Yeah. We're just going to do
that. That's my baby.
It tells you business in the front, business in the back, no party. No party. 0 party.
Sweet Business is fun.
And then there's a nice little color scheme for
Well,
it.
I think that one might be a special one. Because look at the fucking...
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And then another one. Interesting.
He's pretty much finished his weird weapon list. Sox is asking and if we made our weird weapons list. He's just about finished his. Mine's maybe halfway there, so we're actually gonna talk about it next week.
Yeah,
I had a busy week. I'm sorry, guys.
I've got a few weapons that are pretty interesting just to me, just because of
You straight up call out an entire game series with one of yours.
Which one? Oh yeah. When you walk away.
So yeah, this is Sweet Business. I love her. She's great. So I use Sweet Business, and then I use some kind of rifle or something like that as my backup. I don't know if the Destiny app works anymore, so I can pull up my gear.
I love the look of the Last Word, just because
I don't have it anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is nice.
And then the other one was
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. Oh. Might help if I do.
Destiny.
Yeah, the Ace of Spades was another really good one.
So you know why it's called the Ace of Spades?
1 shot.
No.
Mine only had 1 shot.
It's Cade's kid's name, Ace.
Is it really? Oh.
And he uses the revolvers.
Yeah, he does. I never knew.
Ace was Cade's kid.
There's
a lot of great lore in it.
Mine was jacked up. This was back when they had 1 shot and you had to reload it, but the reload was very quick, but it was just still wham. And I was like, it looks like it has a cylinder. It could hold more than one of these bullets. And I was thinking about it. And I was like, but it's a
very big bullet.
It's a big bullet. But then I looked at the hole and I'm like, you guys are lying to me.
Pull up the Celestial Nighthawk.
Celestial Nighthawk?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wanted to bring that up immediately.
That's what I wear. That's my helmet. First of all, it looks fucking awesome.
There's one similar to this that I changed the color scheme to make me look like an old anime.
My color scheme is red and blue.
Red and blue, yeah. Mine's about
a little bit of green in there sometimes.
But I can't remember.
So this is a legendary helmet that puts my 3 golden gun bullets from my power up into 1 shot.
Okay.
So I'm doing all of that damage with 1 hit.
I don't remember.
Which also allows me to immediately get back to building up my special. I don't create near as many motive lights that way. Motive lights? I think that's what they're called. I don't create nearly as many lights that way, but when you're playing with other people that aren't hunters and stuff like that, who are creating plenty, it works out really well.
I can do this.
I love when you're just stuck Googling because you can't think of something.
Because I can't think of something, but it just do be be like that.
Okay,
sometimes.
so it's Falcon. I gotcha.
Yeah, it is a there. So Tatsunoko versus Capcom is a pretty good fighting game.
You know all I'm thinking of now because I said Falcon.
Falcon punch. There's a character that is based off of a hawk, and my Destiny kind of started looking like that. I said I can change the colors to make him look like that, and lo and behold, I did, and he looks pretty good.
So I've had an ongoing running joke with Liquid on here.
Okay.
I won't show him my Destiny character's face. Destiny 1, Destiny 2, he's never seen my character's face.
Okay.
And because the cutscenes happen separately, when your character's helmet's off in the cutscenes, he doesn't see it. He only sees his character because it's separate cutscenes.
Yes.
So he's never seen my character's face. And so Star was like, why don't you show me your face? And it's like, mostly now because you're asking. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Before it was just, I left the helmet on because the helmet looks fucking cool. And so it's turned into this whole thing of I don't show my face in any of the games we play until Red Dead, because you can't fucking wear the masks all the time in Red Dead Online.
Oh.
You can only wear them when you're doing certain things, and it's not even masks really. It's complicated in Red Dead Online. But so he has now made it that it's a story with us that it's the same guy in all my games that dimension jumps and just never shows his face. He's a dimension jumping badass.
Why not? Go for it.
I don't remember. I wear something covering my face in The Division.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But the great thing is, so it's like a gas mask type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm wearing shorts, tennis shoes, and a Hawaiian shirt.
And then I picked up I think I picked up like a half suit, like a business suit style thing. And I believe I got floral shorts on my dude. And I'm just like, I'm ready for the vacation.
Well, then during Christmas time, he was dressed exactly the same, but with Santa hat. Because I have issues.
I don't know. During that time, I only did a little bit, and I got one legendary weapon, and I called it a day.
Yeah, I got the legendary weapon for that too. I'd never use it. It's so weak compared to what I have because my shit's so maxed up.
I don't know. We gotta get back into it
Eventually. All right. But is that him? Did you find him?
No.
Joe the Condor. I love how simple that name is.
No, there's another. There's more. There's the Hawk, and I don't remember his name, and I'm not gonna go digging around for aeons trying to figure. Characters? Give me more characters, please.
Is there not a Wiki page for these?
I guess I can. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Dude.
Because just normally those Wiki, the Wiki pages, not like Wikipedia, but the actual fandom. Yeah, the fandom ones right there. They'll do a full.
It was the Eagle. I was wrong, but yeah, he looked so similar to that.
This just looks like Speed Racer as a bird.
A little bit.
All right, I've got a story for all you guys that's gonna bug Justin that I'm telling it. I took him to the dentist years ago, and they doped his ass up.
It's not gonna bother me. I don't care.
And they were like, "Nope, he's too doped up. We've got to put him in a wheelchair to take him out, and then you can get in the car."
May I?
Sure.
So, as they're getting me out to the hallway toward the elevators,
the lady lets go.
The lady lets go, and has a conversation. The lock is not on. And I grab both of the sides and start wheeling myself, going, "Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer, go!"
And at one point, just, "Speed Racer!
Speed Racer!"
Then I get you into the backseat of the car, and I put the child locks on the door. And it's a good thing I did, because we get to Walgreens to get your prescription, and your ass starts yanking on the door before I'm parked.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there. And then about halfway through the Walgreens, I'm starting to sober up, and I was like, "Did I see Speed Racer?"
This is why I'm glad I've never had to do any kind of surgery, because I don't want to know what high Quincey would say.
I'm sure one of these days.
Oh, I hope not. Just mostly because I don't want... My mom has this thing when she goes under for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
She cries hysterically afterwards. And when talk to doctors about it, they're like, yeah, it happens to some people. I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
No, I want to be that person either.
Back to news.
Yep,
there you go. The chat.
I was high as a freaking kite.
I love it. You tried to fucking get out of the moving car. I'm like, I am so glad I put that child safety lock on. I had never used those before, and I was like,
and yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I sugarcoat it, but I think I still had my seatbelt on, so even if I got the door open,
you just been dangling.
But Hitman's one of your favorite games of all time. Want to talk about it?
Yeah. So Hitman 3 is coming out, and I'm broke, and I won't be able to get it. That's it. No.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's actually pretty much the half of it.
I will get it most likely very quick because my birthday is in 2 days, and so I'm hoping for.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
How old are you? 45? 46?
28. 28.
28.
Yeah. Which, by the way, anyone wants to play a prank on their parents on your birthday? Text your mother and say happy anniversary.
And chat wishes you a happy 46th birthday.
Oh, thanks. Now I don't care about asking whether or not Kiwi's offensive.
But there's some good news coming with Hitman 3.
Okay, there's some good news and some bad news.
Oh, there's bad news?
Yeah, so actually if you played Hitman 2, you know that they did this weird thing if you didn't own the Game of the Year edition of Hitman 1.
That's right. I had sound off.
They did this weird thing where if you didn't have the gold edition of Hitman 2, you wouldn't be able to play I'm sorry, not Hitman 2. Oh, thank you. If you didn't have the gold edition of Hitman 1, you wouldn't be able to play the Hitman 1 missions in Hitman 2.
Yeah.
So people like me went and bought the game for the third time. Just got the gold edition, was on sale, so I could play the missions in 2. But the weird thing is if you're buying Hitman 3, you won't be able to play Hitman 2's levels if it's on PC without buying the game again. Because here's the fucked up thing. Hitman 2 is not on the Epic Game Store.
Oh.
So, if you're buying Hitman 3, which comes out the day after my birthday, January 20th, the game is only available on Steam when it comes to Hitman 2 because of all kinds of fucking reasons. So if you're buying Hitman 3, you kind of have to do like a weird workaround. IO Interactive has offered a workaround for 2 weeks. You only have 2 weeks to do this following Hitman 3's launch. First, the Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass will be available free for anyone who owns Hitman 3 on the Epic Game Store. This pass will be made available for the first 10 days after launch to those who buy or pre-order Hitman 3. Next, owners of Hitman on Epic Game Store, including those who picked the game up for free when with the availability back in August, get a free Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass upon buying Hitman 3, so it upgrades your game. Then, the Hitman 2 Standard or Gold Access Pass will be offered at 80% off for 14 days after Hitman 3 launches on the Epic Game Store, and will continue to be discounted regularly. IO Interactive has yet to price the Access Pass, which delivers Hitman and Hitman 2's content to the third game, though. So, kind of sucks. Now, here's kind of the cool thing that's coming up with Hitman 3, though. It's going to be coming out on the Stadia.
Okay.
We're getting... this will be the first time we actually get to see the state share for the share saves. It's something that was disabled all throughout 2020, but will actually officially be launching with Hitman 3. So, basically, it's a way to pick up control during another player's moments. You give a scenario, and you give a scenario to like another player, basically. So basically, Stadia doesn't behave like a console, is what they like to say, or even platforms like modes like Netflix and Amazon. And so it doesn't have the same features because it's streaming. You use the state share to kind of stream it to someone, so that they can do this part of the game. It's an interesting thing.
Steam had that, still has it. Had it for a little while now. To where you can play couch co-op games just through Steam. And I mean, I could, like, if I was playing, let's say, Demon Souls or Dark Souls, and I'm like, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Goon, you want to take over? And he'd be like, yeah, sure. He would be able to log in and do all that. But I find it interesting that this wasn't at launch with Stadia.
No, and like the big way they're saying it is like, if I go through and I have stolen a shit ton of stuff, set off different moments in the level, you can then jump in at that point. You're not fucking up my game or anything. You're playing the game yourself. You just get to jump in at the point that I have done all this stuff at. That's where you, like, I can decide this is where you can share it, or you can decide this is the moment I want his state to share. And if I've got it going, you can come in and experience what I've done in this level now.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just hey, you can continue, like, here's the controller, but through the internet.
Not exactly. No. You're still gonna have to own the game.
Here's the here's the controller over the internet, but it's basically what I've already done. You can do whatever you want after that. Yeah. I getcha.
It's great for a game like this where there's so many different ways to do everything.
Oh yeah, you could have already finished the mission. Just be like, this is
now you gotta escape, bitch.
Yeah, have fun. Or
you're dressed as a shark. What?
You're just as a clown.
Did you ever watch Top Gear? The UK
racing
one?
Yeah.
So you remember how, like, they would have the driver that's in all white, and they would talk about, like, all of his achievements as driving.
Yeah.
And then he would show him get in the car and go out and do it. It was a different racer every time based off of what the course was, because they would pick the people who were best for those courses. But that concept, you can trigger that in Hitman 2 during the Miami level as an escape for 47, where Diana talks about all of 47's accomplishments, and he's dressed up in that getup, and he gets in one of the cars and drives off.
Nice.
Yeah. You can also escape on a dolphin.
I wish you were kidding,
I'm
but
not.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like I've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen in Hitman games. You've probably seen that GIF of a guy on a Sea-Doo go, and just as he is about to go, Agent 47 two-hand throws a briefcase and it just continuously follows after him because it has an auto lock system.
So that was originally a glitch, and if we're doing all kinds of crazy shit like that because of the auto lock on, and they patched it, and people were pissed, so they released a free update type of thing that made it an actual thing. You had the regular briefcase, and then you had the homing briefcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is how an update should be.
Yeah, Io knows what they're doing. Even if they have made some interesting choices between going from Square to Warner Brothers and whatnot, Io themselves, I trust as a company.
You ready for an interesting thing that only has nothing but rumors and speculations?
Oh, it's not just rumors and speculations. I've seen footage.
The footage, but I mean, as far as what's in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I love that you picked the original.
Yep. I'm not pushing nothing for the remake yet because I want people to go out there and look at this themselves. Pokemon Snap, if you hadn't guessed, is making a new game that is set for April 31st, 2021.
It's really soon.
It's really soon. They said that any updates with maps is going to be free if this source is true. They had mentioned that they are going to try and pack as many Pokemon into it as possible. Same exact thing. You take pictures of Pokemon, earn the points, try and get the best amount of points in each run to progress, so to speak. So it's Pokemon Snap, but in today's generation, and I'm excited.
Oh, you've got the Switch.
I got the Switch.
Do you think you're gonna get it?
I'll see what finances are looking like, but don't know.
If it's $60, do you think it's worth it?
Yeah.
If it's $40,
$40, I might lean a little bit more toward.
if it's 20,
If it's oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. If it's $20, I'm already in. It's already in my pocket. Let's go.
okay. I never got to play the original.
Really?
I was the kid that would go in and try to use the one at Best Buy, not Best Buy, Blockbuster, because we didn't. We had a 64, but buying games wasn't something we did too often. We would rent games mostly, and so we never got it. And so I still remember the fucking setup to the Blockbuster, and where I would come in the door and it's go to the right and around the corner, and that's where it was.
Yeah.
And I would go and I would
easy.
sit there and try to get that thing up and running and start playing it before it was time to go. We got the movies. We got to go. I never got to do shit in that game because it took so long to get it up and running. But yeah, it was one of the ones that I have a childhood connection to this. So this was news that I got kind of excited about. I was like, oh, maybe I'll finally actually get to play Snap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why not? So an interesting early access game kind of crossed by both of us, and we're gonna talk about it. It's called Skull, SKUL, the Hero Slayer, and it's in early access right now on Steam for $20. Something tells me it's gonna be in the same vein of what is it? Dead Cells. Like it looks like it's very difficult. It looks like it's very tight controls. It's a roguelite, 2D platformer. It just caught our attention more so than anything, and just wanted to talk about it, I guess. Was there anything in particular you wanted to say about it?
No, I came across it. Looks kind of cool. It's done by Southpaw. I was pulling them up to see what else they've done. I mean, you can probably do it faster than
Yep,
me.
right there. Blade, more 2D.
Because I know the company.
8 Doors, more 2D. Plebby Quest. Looks like a Risk style game. Dandy Ace.
This looks like something that would be right up your alley.
Ah,
Like based off the play style, not based off the name.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, oh, I like Steam's new little layout thing they got going on.
It's kind of fun. Evil Magicians.
Yeah. Okay, I can mess with that on a daily basis, and then a bunch of music things for something.
I swear I've heard the company.
Top sellers.
No,
No, all game.
There you go.
No.
Well, I don't know. I've heard the company name plenty of times. I don't know any of these games. But no, this one looks interesting.
Yes.
So go support what seems to be a smaller company.
$20. And it is pretty. Like there's a lot of enemies on screen,
Mm-hmm.
and each one of them are beautifully pixelated, and colors were very vibrant.
Like you said, it's early access, but the game launches on February 19th.
Oh,
So about a month away.
Oh no, that was last year.
Oh, was that last year?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it's in early access. I don't know when it's coming out.
And then
you go fucking look it up.
yeah, you go figure out when it's gonna be.
Am I too aggressive?
No, not aggressive enough. But up, shoe news. So we got a lot of shoe news today.
Are we supposed to be on shoe news yet? I feel like I skipped something.
For gaming?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay, maybe not. But I have a shoe room.
No, okay. I mean, the only other thing is a rare trading first edition base set from 1999 for Pokemon sold for a record-breaking $408,000. There you go. Shoe news.
There you go. Better shoe news.
Nope. I'm sorry.
So it's fine. I jumped the shark a little bit. So an artist as well as Adidas did a bit of a handshake for a couple shoes. Stan Smith released a few designs. One with Mike Wazowski. One with Rex.
I got nothing for Rex. I like Rex. There's no clever thing.
And then one for Kermit the Frog here. Yeah.
I don't know that I would buy any of these, but the Kermit the Frog is the closest one to what I would buy.
Yeah.
It just falls into that danger trap of White, yeah.
Yeah.
Socks. Oh my god, Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. What would have been very funny with this one is if he had a place on the shoe and the Adidas logo covered his face.
That would be fucking hilarious. Oh,
Okay.
On the back.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
oh
Let me see the
my
back. Let me see the back.
god.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm on TV.
Yes.
That's great. I like that. Do we have prices or release dates on these?
I believe the release date was just says 2021, and one of these I believe said 90.
Ooh, a little more than a regular shoe, but not too bad.
Yeah. Negative Ghost Rider. Nothing's really coming up, but $100, 60.
I don't trust those.
Yeah, I don't trust those
And
either.
these shoes aren't even out yet. So how do we have prices? On eBay,
Yeah.
What's the third set? Third set say?
Oh.
It'd be up, not down. It would be up, not down.
Oh, you're right. Your other left. 90. So that's
okay.
the one that I saw. That's on 90.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog here. And the Kermit ones, I like the Kermit ones. Just covered in it.
Now he's got his logo on there, and then he's got the characters, and they're very well done. The Rex ones are interesting because they're like the texture of the toy.
Yeah, the
like the dino scales.
Yeah.
I would not wear any of them. I have a feeling you would wear the Rex ones though.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I probably would. I'd wear the Rex ones because I like Rex.
Mr. Potato Head for me.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
And then on to the next ones. I'm not too big of a fan of Foo Fighters. I like a few songs, but would I wear the shoes, the high tops? Yeah, maybe.
I've got mad respect for Dave Grohl.
Oh, I have mad respect for Dave Grohl as well.
Man broke his fucking leg on tour and said, "Nope, we're still going."
Yeah, and so Foo Fighters high tops from bands. Go check them out.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear them because I don't wear high tops, but they're not a bad looking shoe.
No, they look like a standardized high tops with some Foo Fighter logo.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would make fans go a little bit more nuts is if they had been Converse.
Oh yeah,
Converse has such a following. Add in Foo Fighters, but I mean Vans. It makes sense.
Man's close. The best. I'm over it.
For anyone that didn't understand what the fuck just happened, Socks called him out for not being a big fan and asked if he's a pretender.
Yeah.
And then the Dex shoe news. I was gonna say the last, but it's not.
No, we got more. So this one is kind of getting a jump start on St. Patrick's Day. Ahoy-toy-toy-toy, they're eating me potatoes.
I can't do that. I'm not Irish.
Yeah. So $150 for some Air Maxes that look really big, a little bulky.
You get rid of what makes it an Air Max, that big ass heel, and these aren't bad shoes.
Yeah.
But that fucking heel, like, first of all, I'm gonna be lying to everyone about my height. They're all gonna be like, "What are you, over 6 feet?" Like,
yeah,
looks like that.
I mean,
I suppose I am.
But this is actually a pretty classy. Like I could see this being in like an inadvertent support for the Celtics, the basketball team.
Celtics.
Celtics.
They're bright. They're green, and I would wear them one day a year.
Yeah.
I would wear them every St. Patrick's Day. I've got certain things that every St. Patrick's Day come out of the closet. This would be one of them.
Daft Punk would love those shoes.
I don't know anything about that. I
don't
know Daft Punk, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get this
what
reference.
Socks means about it. Do we have a price?
150, I think.
Yeah, remember it's before the photos.
Yes, 150.
And coming out in March, so I mean, just in time for St. Patty's Day.
Get lucky. I get it.
Put that energy towards a coffee pun for tonight, because I don't have one. I'm going to Socks for the puns. Socks is better at this.
That's fine. And then the last one,
90s to the max.
and then some.
So it's a McDonald's shoe.
It is a McDonald's shoe. The All-American rotation. It is sun red with splotches of yellow, black, and blue.
This is
a hard pass.
This is the shoe that Ronald McDonald takes his big clown ones off for to put these on when he has to chase down Grimace.
Right. Or the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
But I mean, they look fine. It's just
Oh, Socks points it out. Is it supposed to look like the old school carpet? It kind of does.
Oh.
It kind of does look like carpet.
Would you want to wear carpet on your shoes?
It's $130. I ain't wearing these at all.
Yeah, no. They would stay in the box if I ever did it.
These aren't even worth me buying to collect. Like,
Yeah.
This is for someone else.
Yeah.
Hey, if we ever have a fan out there that's rich and just wants to get me a gift, there's one shoe I will collect.
And the Spider-Man Vans?
There's 2 shoes I will collect.
Star Wars Vans?
There's 3 shoes I will collect. No, it's because those ones I can all afford. It's the Back to the Future Nikes.
Oh, the auto
auto lacing ones.
Yeah.
The ones that charge up and
as for me, I don't really have a preference on shoes per se. Like there's a few that I'd be like, oh, those look nice.
I mean, that's not because of shoes. That's because of me being a fan of the movie.
Fan of the movie. Yeah, but I don't have anything that connects with shoes is what I'm saying. I don't have that.
Pretty sure there's a pair of Punisher high tops out there.
I'm sure, but like I'm sure that would also be affordable.
Probably, yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought, actually, let's take a peek on sneaker news real quick.
Punisher.
Yeah, let's just go straight. No, nothing.
Nothing. Do a Google search.
Do a Google search.
Yeah, do a Google search.
Sneakers. Let's just go images.
I feel like a lot of those are gonna be fan made.
Yeah. Etsy, and that looks real tiny compared to the hands.
Right. I do like if you scroll down, those white ones right there are kind of nice.
I like them.
The black ones are cool too.
Black ones are cool. I prefer the white. No, what is that?
What about this one here? It's kind of your style with it being higher. Not that one.
This one?
With it being a little higher up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want any of the ones with the flag on it. I would just want a straight Punisher logo.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that weird thing.
Oh, right there. Oh, this. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's weird.
That's like Punisher 2099.
Oh, Socks says Cthulhu sneakers.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek. It probably has the sigil. Yeah, sigil of Dagon.
Well, there's plenty out there. I mean,
I could roll with those. Give me a better soul. I could roll with those.
now all these people that like make the joke that Cthulhu being their god and whatnot, when he rises out of the ocean and makes them go, "Oh my God, is that Cthulhu as a Kool-Aid man?"
Yeah,
Cthulhu-Aid. When he rises out of the ocean, makes them all go absolutely fucking insane. In that moment before their mind snaps, what do you think they're gonna be thinking? Oh fuck, I was wrong to have done this.
No, they're gonna have their penance and want someone to save them, but of course that ain't gonna happen. I like these ones.
Or better yet, how do you think Cthulhu would react if he comes out and everyone's minds don't break because we've seen some shit?
We've lived through 2020.
He just comes out and he's like, "Are you guys okay?" What about the slippers?
Some of these I can mess with. Some of these are a little just gaudy. Like this one, like
you're gaudy. Whoops.
I am a little bit.
That was loud.
I am a little bit gaudy, but like the subtle nuances such as this on this sneaker I would fuck with that. Like having this little gold pin at the very bottom. Oh yeah.
Did you read Sox's comment?
Yeah. Sox and I had a discussion about that. She was mentioning that her back was bothering her, and said the only way to fix it was to have Godzilla step. And I said, well, it would fix the problem once.
Did I ever tell you, Lauren has a favorite conversation. Favorite conversation to everyone. She texts me. No, I think we were both here, and a really loud sound went off. It would sound like a gunshot, but it was only one. She goes, "Why was that? That was like a single gunshot." And I said, "Well, either it was an accident or the problem solved."
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not. What the fuck are these?
Doesn't make it a proper joke. Oh my god, that is horrible. You're looking at
I kind of like it
dragons
though.
You would get caught on everything.
No, because look, it's not really. I mean, unless you're going backwards, I guess. I kind of like it.
Knocking bags of chips off the fucking shells.
Yeah, it does look like it has a big wingspan.
No. I refuse to look at you. This is what happens when we let his mind roam for shoes. We're never doing it again.
Holy
oh my god.
shit.
These are so bad.
Oh, the Batmans. Well, we got Batman shoes.
Oh.
Oh! Yeah. What's the point of having it camo? What's the point of having it in black? What's the
Everyone
point?
just thinks you're hovering.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. Let's close all these extra tabs. Let's get on with the news.
right on.
Wrap this bitch up. So
we've talked about HBO Max being super cool before. They seem to be doing a little bit more cooler.
I mean, not only did they add Batman, the animated series, Batman Beyond, but they also added things like Ed, Edd and Eddie, Dexter's Lab, and other classic cartoons.
We did talk about that last.
No, we just noticed it last week. We didn't talk
Last
about it.
Yeah.
But they dropped a trailer for all the movies that, because they're doing that whole, it's releasing in theaters and for 1 month.
Except for one.
Well, they did the whole thing where it's like it's releasing in theaters and it's releasing on HBO Max for 1 month. And so they made a trailer with clips for all those movies. We've got King Kong punching Godzilla.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. But
Sub-Zero freezing some ice.
Yep.
You've got.
I'm not sure what the Idris Elba one is.
I don't either. It looks like it's Suicide
But,
Squad.
I mean, it is Suicide Squad. No, yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is. They have new Suicide Squad. But we got some Space Jam look.
We got some decision.
Bugs is looking pretty good. I'm not upset about the way he's looking.
They added shadows.
Yeah.
Shadows are really hard to do on animated, and they've actually given them more depth as of the old Space Jam.
I mean, the old Space Jam was good for a time, though.
Oh yeah, and then some beautiful colors, and I don't know what this is.
Bugs looks fluffy. I mean, he's a bunny.
Yeah.
Does he have big ears like this? Yeah. He has a fluffy tail like this? Yeah. Does he bounce around like this? Yeah. Never heard of him.
Oh, I don't want to answer this one.
I'm gonna say probably.
Yeah, probably. Then you got
the Tom and Jerry
Tom and
movie
Jerry
that we're
movie.
getting, more Suicide Squad. I some of these I don't know what they are, but I think if you go back just a little bit, I think that was the new Conjuring or the new whatever for the Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yeah, that looks like the actors playing the Warrens. You got Jerry just clobbering Tom.
just give him that punch. But yeah, we're getting a lot. Boop. Oh yeah, there's a new Conjuring. You're right. Devil Made Me Do It. Space Jam.
Yep.
Malignant.
All kinds of
Those Who
fucking
Won't Be
goodies.
Dead, King
Um,
Richard.
I was just happy to finally see a little bit of, and we got the new Matrix, but I didn't see anything in there.
No, that's still in pre-production, but they are announcing things.
But I was happy to finally see a little bit of Space Jam, and while what we're seeing for Godzilla versus Kong is what we already saw from those sneaked images from the convention,
It doesn't look bad.
it
but
looks good. It's just drop a fucking trailer.
Give us more.
Drop a trailer. Why aren't there trailers for half of these? Half of these don't have trailers yet. They just have little snippets, and I don't understand why.
I wish I
So-
could give you an answer, but I can't.
What you point out here at the end is in theaters and on HBO Max. Stream at no extra cost to subscribers. Available for 31 days from the theatrical release.
So you have a limited time.
Yeah, that's what they did with Wonder Woman.
Right.
There is...
Some people don't know. Because some people don't like Wonder Woman, so they never really paid
18,
attention.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 7 days left to watch Wonder Woman 84.
Okay.
So you have a week. I'm relatively excited. Be careful, this is Twitter.
Oh, right.
I'm relatively excited for...
That's a good fucking
That
picture.
is a good picture. For the next Mortal Kombat movie.
So happy it's not Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla's fucking creepy.
Both versions, yes.
Shin Godzilla or Matthew Broderick Godzilla? Which one would you rather have to have in a film?
I'll take Matthew Broderick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The only reason why is because it could actually move through the city and create havoc, while the Shin Godzilla goes.
He's not wrong.
But then when he finally goes bipedal in Shin Godzilla form, he
and fuses human beings to his tail
and becomes actually like somewhat creepy in a sense that it's supposed to be. Then yeah, I guess it's better. It does better. We'll say it does better.
I kind of flip flop on this, but Godzilla, boy or girl?
Ambidextrous or what is that? Not ambidextrous. What is the thing that asexual?
So asexual doesn't necessarily change the gender.
No.
So in the Broadwick one, it's a she, but it's asexual, like frogs.
It can produce.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't say that.
But born female in that.
Yeah.
So
I guess I would say they do refer to her as her, but we've never really had a chance to ask Godzilla their pronouns.
I'm not sure Godzilla would answer though.
I don't think so either. So I will say I will still be very conscious and call it they them. They them it.
Yeah,
it changes on what's needed, but at the same time,
it's like a frog. It's like Jurassic Park. They use frog DNA, which causes the raptors and all them to be able to breed because they adjust to what they need to survive. And
they knew the raptor's gender by calling it a clever girl.
Well, that's because they bred them all females.
Yes, I know.
That was actually the goal there.
But that's what I'm saying.
Clever girl. I think Godzilla's a clever girl.
You think so?
And I think Kong's a boy, mostly because of his obsession with Fay Wray.
Well, that and hairstyle.
Not that women can't like women, but I mean, back in that time, a man drooling over a woman made sense.
Females actually don't beat their chest.
Really?
Yeah. So when Kong does it, it's of course to assert dominance.
Yeah, I didn't know.
take over their territory. But in base, it also facial hair structure. It also showcases that Kong is male. Leans toward male. Who's to know? Because Kong is an oddity of himself.
So
Skull Island could very well just breed all women. We don't know.
Through the 2021 HBO Max theatrical release thing, we'll actually end up determining a lot of our movie nights. We're gonna have to have a movie night where we sit down and watch Godzilla and Godzilla King of Monsters and Kong Skull Island. Kong Skull Island. Obviously, we can't fit all three in one night, so we'll have to do two, and we'll probably do Kong with another movie and whatnot. Or we can lead it up to where we do two.
Or we can watch the Matthew Broderick one again.
I mean, I'm always down. Is it over there? No, it's not. I have the VHS tape still. It was a gift from my grandfather. It's not over there. I think it's in my closet.
I was just looking at it.
I
didn't know what that one was. But...
I've got a story about one of those up there. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But we could actually probably time it so that we do the two King Kongs, or not two King Kongs, two Godzillas 1 week, and then do Kong Skull Island and the new one when it releases.
Okay.
But I mean, let's be honest, we gotta do the new Mortal Kombat when it comes out.
Oh yeah,
we fucking gotta. We gotta do Space Jam. Have you ever seen Back in Action?
That's the one with Brendan Fraser, right?
Yeah.
Nah.
So we'll probably do Back in Action with that. It's Steve Martin's in it.
Oh, as the villain, correct?
Yeah.
I did see one of the scenes.
Ron Perlman gets eaten by Taz. Yeah. He's one of the he's on the board of bad guys and he objects to...
I now really want to watch this just for that scene.
Yeah, he's on the board of bad guys and objects to Steve Martin's thing, so he lets Taz loose and Taz spins around him and then...
you fell for me for the last time, press the button.
And then when Taz stops, it's just a skeleton that's still talking. And this is is like, I've removed my objection or something like that. But yeah, this is going to determine a lot of what we watch over the year. I mean, obviously, it's only like 20-something movies, give or take, and there's way more
maybe
movie nights.
4 out of all of that we're actually aiming for, because some of them we don't know a lot.
I'll probably watch the new Matrix.
Well, the new Matrix needs a little bit more than that. This is just the setup for it.
Yeah,
there was nothing in that trailer that signified, at least not to our visual representation.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch the new Conjuring unless Lauren really wants to. She likes the Warrens, but the movie's kind of got for me.
Yeah, I'm scary movies and me still are having a weird hard point. I have to go through you guys to watch them.
Yeah.
So if you guys push it, I'll watch it.
I'm still iffy on whether or not I'll do.
Because during Halloween, all Halloween's movies were great.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was only one that I was just like, and that was Cry Wolf. Cry Wolf was probably the lowest on it, but it was still entertaining.
I mean, to be fair, it's very much an indie film.
Yes. And so, I mean, out of all of the ones for Halloween, that was probably the lowest, but I'd still rate it pretty high. I think I rated it, a 7. And I was like, that was the lowest out of it. So, yeah, if you guys have a scary style movie that you guys want to throw into that, by all means. But I'm not going out of my way to watch a scary movie.
I'm
horror movie.
Kind of teetering on whether or not I want to watch the new Suicide Squad. No Leto Joker, James Gunn directing, Idris Elba, John Cena. There's a lot of reasons to watch this movie.
But a lot of bad surrounding it.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I'm going to watch Wonder Woman, and that's got fucking Justice League and fucking Martha surrounding it. Why'd you say that?
My mother.
All jokes aside, the pitch to make Henry Cavill the new Bond, I'm kind of liking it the more I think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't expect to.
So while you're doing whatever you're going to be digging through...
I was unlocking my face. The mic's in the way.
Oh, okay.
So I had to unlock the phone.
Okay. Do you have anything else before we head up this thing that I'm going to go ranting about for like 6 years?
I got 2 things. One of them kind of ties into this.
Oh, that's right.
It's the original reason you pulled this up.
Yep.
So I'll hit the other one real quick.
Okay.
Tom Cruise is filming a new Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
And
I've heard about that, but I didn't know nothing about nothing.
It's a new Mission Impossible movie. It'll probably be great.
Yeah.
But he's taking COVID very seriously. And a while back, kind of blew up on some crew members and extras and stuff that weren't social distancing, weren't wearing masks, all that stuff. And blew up on them and was like, you're going to get a production shut down. Hollywood is depending on us because nothing's making any money right now.
No.
And so we need to get this movie made so that this movie can be released and yada yada.
Yes.
And you guys aren't taking this serious.
That is correct.
And he blew up on him. And now new reports are saying that he's taking this safety so serious that he's reportedly acquired 2 mobile robots to patrol the area to administer random tests.
I both like it, but think it's really paranoid, but I like it. Is it weird that I like it?
Well, the thing is, if you don't get it taken care of, next you know, your entire production's sick and everyone gets shut down. Also, people could die.
That's the other thing. Without going too much into personal, one of my family members just got diagnosed with COVID. And it's still kind of scary that people are still coming out with it. It's like, oh, we have the vaccine, but things are slowly being dished out. It ain't going to be an overnight fix.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something to still be like, it exists. We're probably gonna have it until June,
if not later. But either way, he's taking it serious. He's trying to make sure his workplace is safe. The mic is right here, so it's like I can't see you.
Well, yes.
I'm about to do like one of the. There's a guy that showed how you can set up a second Face ID on your phone.
Oh, and have it be the mic.
Well, what he does is he's for masks. So you hold the mask bent here because you have to do a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So you hold the mask to where it's only covering half your face. Do the rotation, and then wants to do another scan from the other side. So then you do the mask the other way, and it gets enough of your face that while wearing the mask, it can scan your face.
And it works proper.
It works. I don't know if it works with different masks though, because I have multiple masks with multiple things. So I don't know how well it works. Just do one with the fucking mic.
That's too much.
Okay. So the last news story is a 2-parter. Do you want me to hit my part first?
Yes, because I'm going to go on a huge tangent with mine.
Okay. The John Wick creator and writer Derek Kolstad is set to write a live-action Dungeons and Dragons TV series. This comes as a surprise to me, because I was honestly hearing all the stuff about the new movie. So when I heard they're fucking doing a TV show, I was like, holy crap. Kolstad is penning the series for Paramount and Hasbro's Entertainment Studio, which is another interesting one. E1 is the studio. It's also the same studio that is developing the Dungeons and Dragons movie starring Chris Pine.
Oh, okay.
Kolstad series isn't the only series in the works either for E1, who's already working with other writers to pen multiple other Dungeons and Dragons projects to create a universe. That was a firework outside.
Yes, it was a firework outside. If you guys heard that, sorry about that. People are still celebrating something.
So we're getting a fucking D&D universe out there now, because I knew about the movie with Chris Pine. But now we're getting multiple series
that's working along with it. So that makes me wonder if we're getting Drizzt Do'Urden. Because if we get Drizzt, we're getting a huge lineage.
I'm wondering if they're going to do any of the
Minsc and Boo, Taverty, any of the main books with their characters. There's a lot there. But my cut goes to something that just got recently announced. I read that. A new book just got announced for D&D called Candlekeep Mysteries. The working title for right now, but people are signifying that it's going to be Candlekeep Mysteries because it is supposed to be mysteries that can be solved in Candlekeep with low encounter rates.
That sounds kind of cool.
And I'm like, I love that. That sounds great.
Oh my god. Get this.
Okay.
You build your adventurers for them and let them pick them.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't tell them is that they're the Scooby-Doo gang. And they just don't realize it.
Oh my god. One of them's a Knoll.
So, yeah. A Knoll.
Well, all of them would have to be human variants.
I mean, yeah. They could be... elves would work and stuff like that. Anything that's humanoid in fashion.
Yeah.
But the classes have to match up to the personalities. If it wasn't for the fact that they're so small, I'd say make Shaggy because he eats so much of the fucking Hobbit. Make him a halfling.
Yeah.
But he has to be tall and lanky, so I mean, it doesn't exactly work. But I mean, Velma would probably be like a wizard or something like that.
Yeah.
A warlock, something booky.
So with the Candlekeep Mysteries, I love Candlekeep. It's a part of the Sword Coast. I love the Sword Coast majorly. But there is a major issue I have with this book, and it is.
Is it the 2-part magnifying glass? Because that's kind of bugging me.
No. Bifocals are a thing. They.
I'm not saying bifocals aren't a thing. I'm saying bifocal magnifying glasses are weird.
I don't know. Neutral point to that.
Okay.
My main point is there is someone who already wrote something that can help with Candlekeep without going into just here's this part of Candlekeep, just the mystery part. Here's a supplement that you can add into your game, and I'm going to actually bring it up and promote it. MT Black. Dude. So his name is MT Black, and he goes into great depths in talking about Candlekeep. So Candlekeep is a very small village style area that is just a giant fuck off castle. And in that castle has all their districts. It is mostly like indoors with very few like balconies, awnings, that kind of thing. That goes up all the way to the cresting of the top, and that's pretty much the entire town. It is, think Akirabara district where it has all these little tiny shops and all these little tiny things, and everything's kind of like compact. Think of that, but in a more fantasy setting. And he wrote this in the DM's Guild, and I wanted to see it. I want to see a lot of things on the DM's Guild flourish and bloom and get actual releasings toward, print in anything has
it happened with Mercer. Why can't it happen with others?
Right. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, I hope that I see something having to do with Elministers at all. If I don't see anything in this book, I kind of don't want to play Dungeons & Dragons. I'll be like, screw that. I'd rather play Edge of the Empire, because at least with that, I don't have any problem with that.
The problem is if they use his shit, they've either got to pay him and credit him.
Pay or credit.
Otherwise,
it's not feasible. I see that.
Yeah.
It's just I'm hoping they do something with that. Is all I'm saying.
There's someone that built an entire, or multiple people.
Yes.
I don't know if it's in DM skill, but it's somewhere online where they completely put Star Wars with in D&D. Prices, weights, classes, races, languages, all of it, so you can completely run Star Wars in 5e. Personally, I still like Edge of the Empire. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's fun for people who can't wrap their heads around the dice mechanics, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't want to say a lot to take in, but it's a lot to try and figure out because some people, as playing as with a lot of random people, you realize they're not really meant for role playing. They're there for middle and combat. They prefer combat because it makes them think, makes them on action, and then outside of combat they say you guys do the talking. Meanwhile, with Edge of the Empire, it has mostly talking. It has
the Edge of the Empire is built to make you tell a story.
Yes, and if you're not there for that, then it kind of, I don't want to say falls apart, but it becomes a little more difficult for everyone else. Because if my campaign is on the backbones of everyone who's in it as well as my story, if one person isn't going to help fill in that story...
I want to retcon what I said.
Oh?
It doesn't make you tell a story. It helps you tell the story.
Yes.
It gives you the nudges you need
to
get your brain working, to get you to do those things.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of also call out one of my players for yesterday. He's a little exuberant, and after seeing a mysterious character, without talking to them, set a house on fire with their breath weapon.
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah. Socks knows about this, Dragonborn. And he engulfed the building in flames, but he didn't realize that the person that was following them, sure, he may have looked evil. Black suit skin, golden eyes that look like suns, teeth that look like shark teeth. Yes. And, of course, that, I don't want to say intimidated, but it caused him to catch the house that he was standing on fire. And the person was like, wait, hang on. Blew a whistle. One of the Dragonborn's teammates, a party member, casted sleep on the Dragonborn and was like, you deal with that. Peace. And I was like, this creates a good conflict. We'll have to see how this works out the next time, hopefully. Because he's going to get released. It's just, there's a bail set and there's going to be a few talking tos. But I'm curious on how this changes morality. Because he just did a unlawful thing as a good character.
He thought he was doing it for good reasons. So I had characters that were supposed to have somewhat good alignments during one of my runs that proceeded to try to steal something from a shop and did not check it for magical traps or any kind of things. Oh. You remember.
Yes, I do.
You were part of that campaign.
Yes, I do.
And they got busted. The whole fucking team went down for the most part because they're like, we're going to help you try to get away with stealing this fucking like level 1 fucking spell scroll. Wasn't even good shit.
I gotta put up this. Hold on, I gotta put this up real quick before you see the rest of that.
Okay. He was trying to fight a guard at the prison, and this does a 38 hit.
Yeah, he had a plus 20 to unarmed combat when fighting at full health. So I was like, yeah, screw it. 18 plus 20.
So I've realized over this time of playing D&D through the interwebs, there's sometimes communication breakdowns, and so I actually had a D&D session last night that I was like, what the fuck? I used Hellish Rebuke on a water elemental that had attacked me. It had done a slam attack, and so I used Hellish Rebuke. The first time I'm casting it as a level 4 spell, so I'm getting 4 fucking D10s, which is fucking nice.
Oh yeah.
And I hear half damage.
What?
The fuck do you mean half damage? He had someone grappled. The person that was grappled was taking half damage. I was like, oh. But I snapped at the fucking DM. I was like, the fuck are you talking about half damage? Don't fucking tell me spells don't work on the water, because spells do work on the fucking water. And I was like, I was ready to fucking like debate it and be like, I don't ever rules lawyer. but I was not going to take fucking half damage because of that. And then I realized, oh no, things are cutting up. I'm hearing parts of conversations.
Yeah. I'll admit, being through Discord, every so often there's a little bit of like one more time, or here's this. But I've yet to run into that major of an issue. Luckily, Discord seems to be doing super well with keeping everything concise, orderly. The notes are beginning to pile up, and they're learning. They're learning that I am a very estranged DM that has connecting branches, as Socks learned last session. Something that is connected with another one of her characters from another session crossed over. Very broadly, I might add.
Now, one thing we eventually want to do on the channel, and when it'll happen, I don't know who will be part of it. We're not entirely sure. We've got the beginning stages for it, but we eventually, with the Twitch channel or either that or just through a recording from as a Ugly Mugs production, want to do a Star Wars actual play, Star Wars tabletop.
Yes. I get to be a Chewbacca-styled enemy. A Wookiee.
Yeah, he wants to be a Wookiee, to which my argument is not everybody will speak Wookiee.
But good news, in the player's handbook, it does say everyone understands me.
For the module.
So
that we can all learn to play the game.
Correct.
But if that'll be what we play just to get everyone to feel for the game. If when we actually start the story that I'm slowly, very, very slowly building, if you choose to go for a Wookiee, there's no guarantees
that everyone there.
It's gonna come down to how they build their fucking characters.
Okay. All right.
You speak Wookiee? Yeah, a little.
I learned it in college.
You speak Groot? Yeah, I was an elective on Asgard. Oh my god, 2 Disney movies had the same joke. Solo and fucking
Thor.
Endgame.
Huh.
No, it wasn't Endgame. It was Infinity War. Yeah, it was Infinity War. Or Infinity Gauntlet, whatever the fuck it's called.
That's my little spiel. I could have gone harder and further, but I don't know all the details, and I'm hoping that they at least do something with this, because he worked really hard on the
count. I want to see what that comment was. Will it be released in print? No.
Yeah, because it's PDF on DM's Guild.
April. So it sounds like he's only doing it through DM's Guild stuff.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be part of the mystery reason.
Yeah, I know. But I'm hoping that they pull at least a little bit, because as I said, he worked super hard on making this companion. He built the map. Another person drew it, but he helped build this map. He made so much just overarching lore for it that already exists in prior, and kind of, because when you release something in DM's Guild, you kind of have to skirt around certain words and certain explanations. Like, you can have the gods, sure, but by having their weapons, no, those are actual. Those are somewhere else. If you want to publish it, it's going to be weird on how you're going to get them there. You kind of.
I've never used DM's Guild. I just saw a best-selling DM's Guild author, so he gets paid for this.
Yes,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I've never experienced DM's Guild at all. I've done plenty of modules that have been online and stuff, but I've never actually done DM's Guild.
Yeah. I own both of his Mordenkainen's. They were allowed to use Mordenkainen's name, which is strange because it's the Tome of Foes. But there's Tome of Marvelous Magic 1 and 2. I own both of those. I'm very close to maybe getting something for Kalamshan. There's the second book.
The biggest thing I've used outside of actual D&D and into like something that's sold would be Griffin's Saddlebag.
Yeah, he's also done a few things like that with free magical items. You just click it and it basically just tells you what it does. I don't know why he doesn't have. Was it not MT that did this? I should have sworn. Maybe he had a hand in helping with it, and that's why I got a little confuddled. Candle Keep Companion.
Socks. I own the MT Black Adventure bundle. Got it on sale. It has cats.
Yeah. But yeah, for $15, it's actually a really good companion. Like, you see this map, it.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it is great. They released a high resolution one on Twitter through the artist. He said, I got permission to print it. I'm gonna throw it out there. You guys enjoy it. Candlekeep is just basically an opening area and then just a huge fuck off set of castles.
So wait, did he create Candlekeep or
no? Candlekeep existed. It's just this is, lack of better words, current Candlekeep.
Like an update or an expansion?
Kind of, because not a lot has changed. It's just, hands change, people live, people die, that kind of thing.
Now with the DMs Guild, since we're talking about this, we got a little bit of time still.
Sure.
Is it just D&D?
No.
Really?
Yeah, they did a little bit for, I saw there was a little bit of an expansion for Call of Cthulhu. There's extra pieces for Baldur's Gate.
You just open up a world that is dangerous, especially based off some of these prices.
Why so?
Because I'm gonna buy a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah. Let me know if you're gonna buy anything, because I do have a few of these on a thumb drive right now. Like I have some of these. Some of these are actually kind of cool. Like Devil King High School, which is its own little system. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be you are in a monster high school and you're just trying to get through a class that's in Avernus, and it kind of you can run it in 5e, I think, but there's more to it than that. There's more system pieces, and there's full size preview. Come on. Like, of course, the art's, of course, really good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people work really hard on things.
I wish I could draw.
Adventure hooks, like, start of class, midterms, and then final exams. And you can keep going from this. This is just something to fill in a 2-hour gap, and you can keep going. Like, you can say that they're training to be human slayers instead of demon slayers. Mm-hmm. And escaping Avernus, or not escaping Avernus, but getting out of Avernus to go and do things. You can have them be actual friends, or have them be like social outcasts that kind of have
the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you can actually do that.
The prep, the jock, the nerd.
Yeah, and each of the classes are of the 7 deadly sins. I like that. Who sells things. And
I'm never gonna do it now, so I'm just gonna come out with it. The campaign I was building that never got finished. And I could probably toy with it, and I won't give too much detail because maybe I'll toy with it and put it on this. I don't know. Was essentially a warlock or a wizard. I hadn't decided that yet. Got together 7 big bads, and each one was going to represent the sins. And I was going with a race that was going to be based off of each sin, and I was also going with a little thing. So like I was going to do an incubus for lust. Yeah. And there was players in there for myself. The incubus was going to be called Thomas. It's a Dresden Files thing.
Okay.
But then there was like, I didn't know who he was going to be, but I was going to have a goblin be either Greed or something along those lines. And I was going to name him Ziggy. And he was going to have different colored eyes. David Bowie, because he's the Goblin King.
Oh.
But the concept was picking a creature race for each sin, and having them be you working through the 7 sins till you got to the big bad wizard that brought them together. You were part of that campaign a little bit. You dealt with that a little bit before we jumped ship and went to a different campaign because people wanted to change how we were playing. But yeah, that was kind of the beginning concept of what I was building that never really went anywhere.
Yeah, I would have liked to have kept going, but
that's
restrictions.
Fine. Never know. It may come back in Star Wars format.
There's one that caught my attention. The Waterdeep city encounters. Right now, everyone's kind of sitting around in Waterdeep right now, and I have a bunch of different encounters that I've made myself with characters that already exist. But having for $15, you get a PDF version and then a soft cover sent to you.
I'm curious. So MT's tweet said that I mean, he was talking about a different one, but he said that your print wasn't an option right now.
Probably for that one.
Just for that one, I guess. Okay.
Let's find out. Candlekeep.
Because I mean, I would love to have both the PDF so that I can, when I'm doing virtual sessions, throw things up for people.
I gotta get rid of that part.
But to own the physical would be fucking amazing.
All right, Elminsters. Nope, just PDF for now.
Okay, so I guess that's just his, because he said it wasn't. He said not through DM. Like, go back to it. We still have it up right there. Right there.
Oh, back. No, that is an option at the moment.
Okay, so that's weird that it's currently not an option under that.
I mean, for now.
Yeah.
Who's to say that a little bit later? I mean, it was April, I believe, was the release date for this. So soon, maybe, hopefully.
The love the world has for D&D just blows me away.
growing.
It's an amazing thing, because back in the day, D&D, there was a lot of religious families that were against it because they thought it was like devil
Satanism.
worship and it was going to summon some shit.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it kind of could if you worked hard enough, I guess.
Cthulhu and Toggin.
But yeah. But I follow a few of these authors on Facebook, and they do community things every so often. So when Rime of the Frost Maiden came out, and he was like, "Hey, like this post, send me a comment, tell me what you're most excited about. You win a copy." And when he blew up, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna buff it up. I'm gonna throw in the set of the Frost Maiden dice included. I'm gonna spice it up, and another copy. They were so very forward at getting these books out.
No, you've opened up a whole world to me I didn't know was a thing that now I'm just.
Yeah, Candlekeep is one of
I'm talking DM's Guild in general.
Oh,
not just
yeah.
Candlekeep. Candlekeep sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Hell, the new D&D thing sounds really cool for Candlekeep because fucking mysteries. That's fucking awesome.
yeah.
But
I'm here for that. I'm probably gonna get it. It's just I'll probably have to slow down my purchasing and actually wait for certain things when it comes down to if MT Black's adventure stuff isn't gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well, those who worked on it. I'm not gonna say just MT Black, but MT Black was what came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm also happy that there's extra supplemental features, such as Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else.
I like that.
As I said, the Waterdeep adventure sets. There's puzzles.
You open it up and it's just about fishes and jars. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, fishes and jars.
I spent $15 on fishes and jars. No.
Pretty much. And then you have puzzles, because some people actually, like myself, I have a difficult time making puzzles. I can do it. I have things that could build toward it, but when it comes down to specific handles of how it's done, it's not easy to do.
First campaign I ever ran, it was a one shot. Just get everyone kind of
Warmed up.
Okay. Liquid is one of the players.
Oh.
And we get a crate, a chest. And he checks to see if it's enchanted, and it's not. He doesn't have a lockpit set, so he takes his hammer to it, and it's booby trapped. He gets a face full of darts because he just smashed it with his fucking hammer. It's just a face full of fucking darts. He was so mad at me because right after that, they're fighting something that's undead. Bearbug. I think it was undead bearbug.
Oh.
And someone throws an axe, and nat one's on it. And I don't want to be bad and be like, you're taking damage because this guy's nat one.
No.
You're directly behind, but you're in the path. So his character had a mohawk, and I was like, now you're just bald. And he got beyond pissed. He's like, I don't want to be fucking bald. I want to have a mohawk. I was like, maybe you can get a mohawk too, Patty. Okay.
Do those exist? But yeah,
A little bit of glue.
Shave a dog.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, new campaign has a great set of deals on here. We're not really affiliated with
just
DM's
cool
Guild,
shit.
but it's some cool shit.
I love supporting, as far as I'm concerned, this is art form. I love supporting artists, creators, small businesses.
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me about nothing on nothing.
It looks like what's her face from Old Republic.
Oh, a little bit. I don't
Just
remember
the
her
color
name.
and the lines.
Yeah, but the Madhouse of Tasha's Kiss is what we're looking at right now. And
I also kind of get like a Hell's, what's it called? I don't remember.
Hell's Circus.
No,
Oh, because it kind of gives a circus vibe to
I
me.
didn't see the circus vibe before. That's cool. Interesting
I
shit.
dare not look in a mirror. What will stare back? Let's go. I don't know what that is, but that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool shit. But let's end it here.
Oh, yes.
Socks, what's my pun? She did not get it ready, I bet you.
Nah, that's fine. Even if she didn't, it's fine. We don't need to have one every time.
Well, grind on.
Grind now. Grind now.
Wait.
There you go.
Allow me to spill some beverage puns as they drip from my imagination. They're perfectly blended and espresso my pun skills. I hope these weren't too steep and mocha you happy. That's insanely good. And
it's very good.
I'm worried there's going to be a day where Socks writes some kind of like punny rhyme like that. I'm going to read it and all the furniture is going to start floating. All right. Not ready my ass. All right. So he's going to sit here and look at 80 more DMs Guild things. So we're going to call it a night there. I got to leave soon anyways.
Oh, yes.
All right. Thanks you guys for being here. Thank you for everyone that listens. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Follow us on our personal Twitters. Follow us on the show Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. And keep an eye out. He's TikToking. I might eventually start TikToking. Don't know.
I'm going to be doing TikToks of League of Legends champions as D&D characters.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm probably just going to show off my nerdy shit.
Yeah. It's good to do that.
Yeah.
And then talk about those nerdy shits.
Probably.
Because you know way too much Back to the Future stuff.
I do, and I haven't even actually finished all of the
special features.
Commentaries that I have.
Oh,
I've only done about 2/4 of the commentary. That's half. Sorry, 3/4 of the commentaries.
Okay.
So
wow. All right, bye guys.
Bye.